Today is Tuesday, January 7th. This is Noreen Johnson, and here are the good news headlines of the day. It's official. Despite a snowstorm across the Washington, D.C. region, Congress certified President-elect Donald Trump and Vice President-elect J.D. Vance's victory in the 2024 election Monday. With Vice President Kamala Harris presiding, the House and Senate received the Electoral College votes in less than an hour with the reading of certificates from the states and D.C. The GOP ticket won 312 of them. President Trump posted this on his Truth Social. Congress certifies our great election victory today. A big moment in history, MAGA. Harris, who lost the presidential election, watched over the proceedings as president of the Senate. It was Harris who ultimately declared the final tally and the winners. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announced Monday that he intends to resign as party leader and prime minister after pressure from within his own Liberal Party increasingly grew amid heightened criticisms over his handling of the economy and threats levied by President-elect Donald Trump. He said this during his resignation speech. I intend to resign as party leader, as prime minister, after the party selects its next leader through a robust nationwide competitive process. Last night, I asked the president of the Liberal Party to begin that process. This country, he said, deserves a real choice in the next election, and it has become clear to me that if I'm having to fight internal battles, I cannot be the best option in that election. Trudeau, who led the nation for nearly a decade, has been grappling for months with significant drops in his approval ratings over mounting frustration relating to issues like the soaring cost of living and rising inflation. President-elect Trump reiterated his suggestion that Canada become the 51st state when he wrote this on his Truth Social just hours after Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announced his plan to resign. Trump wrote this: "The United States can no longer suffer the massive trade deficits and subsidies that Canada needs to stay afloat." Justin Trudeau knew this and resigned. If Canada merged with the U.S., there would be no tariffs, taxes would go way down, and they would be totally secure from the threat of the Russian and Chinese ships that are constantly surrounding them. Together, what a great nation it would be. In late November, Trudeau jetted to Trump's Florida residence unannounced that month after the president-elect threatened to impose sweeping tariffs on Canadian products. Trump is warning of 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico over failures by both nations to curb the flow of illegal immigrants and illicit drugs from those countries into the U.S. In other news, the Vatican announced Monday that Pope Francis has appointed Cardinal Robert McElroy, the Bishop of San Diego, to lead the Archdiocese of Washington, D.C. The 70-year-old cardinal, who holds doctorates in moral theology from the Pontifical Gregorian University and in political science from Stanford, succeeds Cardinal Wilton Gregory in leading the Archdiocese that serves over 500,000 Catholics in southern Maryland and the U.S. Capitol. In his nearly 10 years as Bishop of California's southernmost diocese, Cardinal McElroy has been vocal on a number of controversial issues at the intersection of politics and church life. He is considered by many to also be the U.S. cardinal whose thinking most aligned with Pope Francis. Outspokenly progressive, Cardinal McElroy is now poised to take over the ecclesiastical territory of the nation's capital, just as Donald Trump is sworn in for a second term as President of the United States. And then today we celebrate the feast day of Saint Raymond of Peñafort. As a lawyer, priest, and preacher, Saint Raymond of Peñafort made a significant mark on the history of Spain and the Church. His preaching helped re-Christianize Spain, and his compilation of papal and conciliar decrees was the main source of canon law for 7 centuries. Raymond joined the Dominican order in 1222 and became known for his humility, obedience, and devotion to others. He was elected head of the Dominicans at age 63. Saint Raymond, pray for us. And those are your daily good news headlines. This is Catholics for Catholics. May God bless you, and may God bless the USA.